Okay, today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2016. Call the committee of the whole meeting to order. We have just one item tonight. It's a request for resident service request to improve communications with residents and follow-ups. Chairman Proctor, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, the Information Committee met on Monday, February 1st. We had a presentation given by Assistant Village Manager Maggie Jablonski on Resident Service Request System, a very good presentation, and she's going to give a synopsis of that presentation this evening. Maggie?
All right. Basically, Elk Grove Village, along with a group of 13 other communities, was looking for a way to improve our customer service to our residents. We got together and looked at what was available, looking to do something more like you would get with a FedEx, where when you put in a request, you're able to either log in online and check on it, or you call and you have a number, and they're able to pull it up and immediately tell you what's going on with your request. So there's no guessing. You know what stage it's at and know what your expectations are for when the request will be completed or responded to. So the system that we're looking at moving forward with, along with these other 13 communities, basically has a couple components. One component is a knowledge base, which is essentially a list of FAQs that the village will fill out so that both residents and village staff can use that. It's very easily searchable in order to answer simple questions. So the idea is if there's someone who likes to use our website, or just it comes with an app on your phone, you can pull it up, search what your question is, and get your answer before you ever have to call in. Alternatively, if you're someone who likes to call in and you happen to get the desk of the wrong person, you go to our regular front staff and they don't happen to know the answer, they can use that knowledge base to pull up the information and answer that question. The second part of it is a request system. So if it is a request that requires more than just a simple answering a question, you can enter in a request rather than transferring someone to a voicemail. If someone's not around to immediately respond to or answer their request, you enter it into the system, it gives you a tracking number, it automatically routes to the correct person, and it eliminates lost or forgotten requests. It's automatically entered in there. Every type of request has a timeline, so what your expectations are and how fast it would either get responded to or resolved. And then if that timeline passes, it automatically escalates up to a supervisor. So it really makes sure that we're not losing anyone. So even if you're calling in, you can enter your phone number so that the person who gets your request knows to give you a phone call for a follow-up. So it doesn't have to just be email. If you're using the online system, it's a very user-friendly interface. You can use it on our website, on the free app, or on Facebook. There's a little plugin you can put in. I know we have a heavy community on Facebook. So it makes it, access it where you want it. You can use the searchable knowledge base. You can automatically get communications when an update is made by a staff member. And it just ensures that your requests are going to the right person. When you're entering the request, you have a searchable menu for requests. So if you're entering something about a tree, we might have fallen tree branch or tree trimming required. It'll pull up all the requests by that word. And the other thing it'll do is pull up the knowledge base. It'll just pull up any FAQ that might have to do with those requests. So again, you might be able to answer your question before you ever need to enter anything. But if you do need to enter something, you can look at nearby issues, and you might not have to enter the same issue twice. So if you're reporting something and you notice someone has already reported it, you can look and see if staff has already responded. You can see when it was reported, and you can follow that issue to get updates from the staff or anyone else who's commenting on it. Now, this would only be for issues where it's basically public matters. It wouldn't be for anything that has any confidentiality or dealing with stuff such as code enforcement, where you really wouldn't want public comments on property upkeep or that type of thing. So we have the option to set what's public, but it really allows you to kind of interact in a better way and see, if something's already been reported a few days ago, you can see that. You can see that it's expected to be resolved, such as our streetlights, where we replace them with our service. We expect to replace them within 10 days. So you can see how long that's going to be, and if there's any update, you follow it. If there's any problem, you'll automatically get an email on it. If you do actually have to enter your own request, every type of request has its own custom fields. So if there's certain information we need from you, it prompts you for all the information that we need, so we don't have to keep going back to you to ask for more information. So that's kind of the basics of the request system itself. A few of the advantages to working with the 13 other communities are that basically we have better buying power. We're getting a much better rate on the system than we would if we were doing it ourselves. It also gives us a lot more control over any future needs we might have with the system. There's more of us working together, so if we see a deficiency, we can help ask for it to be resolved. It also sets us up for future innovations, such as the system could be used collaboratively for shared service delivery. If we ever had inspectors or other service providers who were providing to more than one community, they could actually use the request system to provide that and help keep track of it. Another thing it does is set us up for a potential future regional 311 center. Evanston's actually using this system right now for its own 311 center, but there are a lot of costs associated with that. So setting ourselves up so we're all moving forward in a standardized way makes it so that if we do want to look for that in the future, we're already set up to get started, and it decreases a lot of the time you would have to take to make sure we're all on the same page. So what we'd be looking to do in order to move forward is at the next board meeting, there would be a memorandum of understanding to approve with MGP. They are currently our municipal GIS vendor, but they've also been working with us on this collaboration and are helping facilitate the work group that will continue to work together from all the communities moving forward. And then in March or April, we'd be looking to approve a contract with the actual vendor so that we could start implementation in May. And that's the abbreviated presentation.
So what you're saying is we're finally catching up to what the private sector has done for many years now. That's a frustration people have sometimes they call government, is they get bopped around to different departments. They talk to one person, they feel like that person doesn't know what the other person said, and they say, well, I just told the guy in the other department what I got to tell you again. So by doing this, actually you're going to have a system integrated in such a way that a person should be able to call once, and it should be able to take it from that point on. Anybody else follows up, they'll be able to see what was done and said, and more importantly, we don't lose them. In other words, there's built-in safeguards that if someone called on Monday and supposed to have an answer by Thursday and no one gets back to them by Friday, we automatically know that someone will get back to them, am I right?
Absolutely.
So it really is becoming the customer-friendly basis that we want to see done.
Yes.
On this. We should have no more deep holes people fall into or misunderstanding. And you feel that by going on the computer or using their app or whatever, people can have quicker access than they have now to get information, and they can follow up.
It's a much more friendly
Okay.
way to get information.
But we still can, we can still phone call.
Yes, absolutely.
So the old folks or myself that want to call all the time, we still pick up the phone and call, and that's fully, and you'll follow up by the phone with them and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, one thing, I don't think you went over the costs.
Oh, you're correct. There's a startup cost of, I think it's $3,300 to enter into the memorandum of understanding with MGP, and then the actual cost for the vendor will be somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000. We're still negotiating down a little bit. On the minutes, the cost is slightly higher. I reviewed the memorandum of understanding with MGP this morning to clarify, but so we're looking at an overall first-year cost of about $1,200.
An annual cost?
$12,000.
An annual cost?
And an annual cost, I think, around $11,000.
Yeah, you have 10.7.
So that's
Very
upgrade
cost effective.
cost. That's upgrade cost, changes in
Yeah.
software and all that.
Very
Now, so
reasonable.
we'd have like a newsletter we'd probably have ready to go out right before we roll it out and explain to everybody what we're doing.
So we absolutely will explain to residents what we're doing. What we may want to do when we start implementing is to get our staff acclimated to it first
Okay.
before we ask everyone to start downloading the app. It'll automatically kind of roll into it and then do an official announcement once a lot of private companies do this where they do a soft
That's a good
open. And then after we've been using it and kind of worked any kinks out, then we would do an official.
And this is also not for residents, but also the business community,
Absolutely.
because that's where we get a lot of inquiries from the businesses too. So it can handle both ends.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So your committee recommends?
Yeah, the committee definitely recommends, unanimously recommended approving this.
Okay. Is there
Very cost-effective and helpful.
any concerns from anybody on this?
Well, you may recall, Mayor, at our coffee this past Saturday, one gentleman did bring up that it's a little difficult to get to our website now, and we mentioned that we would be discussing this tonight, and this seemed like it would be much more friendly. Plus, help the person see if there's other calls out already on it. So it's a very nice system.
Good job, Megan.
Thank you,
Very,
Megan.
very good.
Anything further?
No.
Okay, if not, we'll go for a board meeting. We'll go right away up there and start. Committee of the whole is adjourned. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2016. I call the village board meeting in order with a, whoa,
Easy, big boy.
I'm getting strong in my old age. No kidding.
Boy.
Well, call this meeting in order.
Okay.
Right. Judy, call the roll.
Trustee Zarnik.
Here.
Trustee Feichter.
Here.
Trustee Frankie.
Here.
Trustee Listener.
Here.
Trustee Petri.
Here.
Trustee Prochnow.
Here.
All board members are present tonight, including our village attorney, which is nice to see him back again.
Thank you.
Do you have a good time?
I did.
Yeah. Where were you that night, Mr. Knickerbocker?
I believe I was in Florida.
Florida. What were you doing in Florida?
I was trying to play golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any trustees get invited? No, I didn't get my invite either.
Really?
No.
Check your mailbox.
Okay. With that said, tonight we have the invocation from Pastor Manuel from the Lutheran Church of the Holy Spirit, and we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Can everyone please stand? Pastor, please.
Thank you, sir. Let us pray. Eternal God, fount and source of all authority and wisdom, hear our prayer for those who govern. Tonight we especially pray for our mayor and village trustees and all others in local authority. Give them, we pray, wisdom and skill, imagination and energy, vision, understanding, and integrity. May the business of our village be conducted soundly and with the good of all at heart, that all who call this village home may live in peace and happiness. This we pray, trusting in your eternal mercy and goodness, O God. Amen.
Amen. The flag's to my right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Pastor, hang on a second. I apologize. We're running a little late today. A few are nice dark chocolate logos, hopefully to soften the effects on running late. We apologize.
This will work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Take care. Thank
Yep.
you again. Okay, we move on now to the approval of minutes of. Now, hang on. Does everyone else's sheet read what mine we read?
Oops.
Yeah.
Approve the
you mean about
minutes of,
Yeah.
okay, actually approve the minutes of January 26, 2016. We have motion by trustee Petri.
Second.
Second by trustee Zarnik. So I'm not wrong here, am I right?
No, I
Okay,
thought I was
thank you.
goofed up with the invocation already, so.
Okay. With that motion and second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record show unanimous approval. Move on now to the mayor and board of trustees report. We have a couple of special things tonight, a couple of swearing-ins, and also a signing ceremony we're going to do in a couple of minutes. And we're very appreciative of working with our fire department. A couple items. On February 4th, I had a chance for the roughly second grade students, about 60 students came and visit here at the Village Hall. I met with them and then had a chance for the fire department, police department, take them on tours around the complex, and we appreciate them coming by on that day. Also, this past Saturday, we had coffee with the board. Mr. Petzel, we missed you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, everything good?
Everything's good.
Okay, that's what counts. So, actually, crowd was not as big as it's been lately, so that's a good sign. People must know what's going on and be happy and appreciate, but we did appreciate those that came by. And just so the board knows, I passed on a couple concerns people have to Ray, and staff's working on it. We'll be getting back to the people with their answers very shortly on that. Also update everybody, as anyone saw back about a week and a half ago, Chicago announced they do have the funding for the final runway at O'Hare. That's the one that's further north of the terminal area. Will have impact in this area of Elk Grove. But the good news is Chicago has been working unbelievably well with our experts from JDA, giving us the information we requested, the data requested, and is working very well with us on a flight rotation plan. The thing I want to stress everybody on, there's going to be more flights. Another runway means more flights. There's going to be more planes over our area. The flight runway rotation we're looking at is not daytime flight rotation. It's a fly quiet for nighttime. We have more planes over our houses during the day, and that's unfortunately part of living next to one of the biggest airports in the world. But we are working with Chicago and our neighboring towns through Suburban Air Commission and the residents of Chicago to get a rotation plan to try to minimize the impact of the airport now and when the new runway opens up about 2020 or so. So we are working well. I never thought I'd say this. I thought my tongue would fall off. But we do want to thank Chicago for working with us. Ginger Evans and Chicago Department of Aviation, Lanneman and Brown, they're technical experts, have been working unbelievably well with our group and JDA. So our hope is we can be good neighbors with each other, work together, and try to minimize the impact. But I'm not going to kid anybody. With that runway coming and the additional flights, we're going to have more impact. There's no way around it. Again, we'll work to try to minimize it. Last thing I'd like to bring up, the board talked about it a little bit at the coffee on Saturday. We've talked about this before, Facebook and all that stuff. There's websites out there that talk about things going on in the community. Would people please call us if they hear something? The latest thing that people are all fired up on, there's a house, I won't give the address, but over on the west side near the Cass Deborah area that's got some issues. The village has been aware of those issues and been working on those issues since, believe it or not, November 2010. We're well aware of what's going on. We're well aware of the impact. But remember, we have to follow certain rules and regulations of the courts and law. We know it's not always the best situation, but we're on top of it, we're aware of it, and we are working to improve the situation. It takes time. Matter of fact, I just had a chance to go to a house that's on Cass, that's for sale. And a year ago, when my son and I were out knocking on doors, we stood across the street talking to a neighbor, and we could see a big tarp over the roof. That house we worked on, I think, 4 years, wasn't it, Mary? For 4 years, but now it's been completely renovated. It's being sold. My son's looking for another house. Tara is looking for a house now, and we went to go through it. It's been remodeled, completely renovated. It's beautiful inside. But again, we worked on that house for 4 years. It now happens. So we're aware of this stuff, and we do what we can as quickly as we can. But there are laws we have to follow. The famous case here in Elk Grove was a gentleman putting all of his garbage in his backyard, and we took him to court. And obviously we think that's a health safety issue, And the judge said the famous words, "The man's house is his castle." What do you want me to do about it? Am I right, Mr. Knickerbocker?
Indeed.
Am I accurate with my statement?
Yep.
I mean, we face battles too, so we're aware of these situations, we're working on them. You know, people unfortunately go off on the deep end, they go off the handle on this stuff, and if you're not sure, call us. We'll let you know what's going on. If we're not aware of it, we'll thank you and become aware of it. But you know, I watch his Facebook stuff, and it does no service to the community for people to say the innuendos, conjectures, and basically lies on those things. This is good community. We work very hard. And now I'm just saying the board, I'm saying this whole community works very hard together to make a better Elk Grove. So, you know, quit the gossip mongering, that stuff. If you got a question, call us and ask us. We'll be more than happy to answer for you. And I know these people have these Facebook sites that are closed and stuff like that. Trust me, all these sites are monitored. They're all watched. And there's reason for safety reasons things are done. So talk to us, please. We're here to work with you. We're not here to fight you. We're here to help you. With that said, Mr. Knickerbocker, we have a couple of swearing-ins. But before that, I think I'd like to start, so a young man get home and watch a Hawks game. Why don't we do a signing ceremony? We have the Vice President of Fire Department Association, Brian McVie, and John Lodewick, who's the President of the Association. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to sign a contract extension. I'm talking here because we don't have a microphone. We're going to sign a 2-year contract extension with the Fire Department. Their contract runs out in April of 2017. We're going to extend the contract 2 more years. It'll take it to 2019. The 2 main components of the contract change is, 1, the firefighters are guaranteed a 2% raise in 18 and in 19. And they will work to make sure they fall underneath what they call the Cadillac tax when it comes to health insurance. As people may know, under the Obamacare law, certain health insurance plans, if they're considered to be too high end, is subject to a tax. The fire department, the police department, all of our employees are in agreement. We all work together. We don't want a tax implemented on this community for it. We're going to work to make sure it meets the guidelines set by federal law. And that's going to be part of the contract extension. All the other parameters of the contract are staying exactly the same we had for several years. But what's really critical about this is it shows the partnership and the working relationship we have with our village employees. They're very fair to the community. They're very fair, more importantly, to the taxpayers of this community. They want to make sure what they do is affordable for the community and, more importantly, affordable for the taxpayers of Elk Grove Village. And I commend them for that. They've been very happy to work with us, and we've got a great relationship and a partnership. And that's truly what it is. It's a partnership between the community and those that serve the community. And we want to thank them for working with us and coming forward. And I can't thank the fire department enough. And I'll be honest, I can't thank all of our employees, whether it's police, public works, staff, administration. They all do a great job working together and looking out for the best interests of the taxpayers and the residents of this community. So tonight's a nice night. We get a chance to sign this. And hang on, we got to pass it first. Okay, before I sign, guys, make sure we pass. With the board's concurrence, we're going to take one item off the consent agenda, which would be regular agenda. We're going to move that up to act on now. So I need a motion to approve resolution number 4-16 with the Firefighter Association.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Petri, a second by Trustee Frankie. Judy, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Feichter.
Yes.
Trustee Frankie.
Aye.
Trustee Listener.
Aye.
Trustee Petri.
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow.
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Gentlemen? Come on, take your son. Come on down. Come on, buddy. The hard work your dad does, above and beyond being a good fireman. It's not easy doing all this stuff. Come on. Let's see.
This is supposed to be a good day.
As you get older, you got to use reading glasses, cheating glasses. He's got right over there. John's done. Okay, so we got here. Is this the agreement that we're working on signing here? That's as famous as when the president said this. More importantly, you can check the watch the horse game tonight, I think we're wide awake and ready to go. Judy, there on your behalf? She'll handle my... Well, first off, thank you. Thank you very much. Again, people that have been around, there was times where there used to be, we had some words in the past working together, but it shows how far we've come. Yeah, we can sit up here, one, work together, we've done this now for a number of years, understand that we're all working together as a team. And that's, you know, we always tell people when we swear them in, when we employ stuff, they're part of a family. And truly is an outdoor village family. We watch out for each other, we take care of each other. You know, but like any family, sometimes we have disagreements and arguments, stuff that happens. But we come together at the end and move on together, and that's what counts. So, does someone want to say something?
We just appreciate everything the village does, and we enjoy working for this community. It's a great community, it offers so much to us, and we really enjoy working here.
I just want to convey Brian's sentiments to the trustees and the village management staff. We appreciate involving us in this Cadillac tax discussion. We feel it's important to be part of that discussion. We're happy to work with you guys, and so we appreciate you giving us the extension.
Thank you. So, one for everyone. And guess what? The game barely started. So you'll be home in time to see it, and you'll be in good shape. Should I give out his dad? Should we each a couple things? Should I be nice? Thank you very much. We appreciate it again. Again, people have been around. This is my how we work together. We're so appreciative. It's a win-win. We all come out of that. Guys, thank you.
Thank you. This isn't just because you didn't want to see me in 2017.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This little Russian kid is really good. Isn't he on the Blackhawks?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't forget his name, but he's got a hell of a shot.
Okay, we do have a couple of swearing-ins tonight, Mr. Knickerbocker.
Yep.
So why don't we go ahead and take care of that? I was saying to Schmitty, but now I think about how long you go back. What a change, huh?
Yeah.
It's good to see it. It turns out good. Okay, we've got a couple swearing-ins for some of our boards and commissions tonight, so we'll go on down for that. I think that's about it. People that know the community know that the backbone of any community is usually the boards and commissions that serve the village. These are people that you don't see on TV, you don't read about in the papers, but they're the ones that do a great majority of the work that's done here in Elk Grove. Whether it's new housing developments or people that want to change existing buildings or developments they have, these are the people that sit on boards and commissions. They dedicate their time, and they make sure that things are done properly. They work with the businesses or the residents to try to come up with solutions that are good for them and for the community as a whole. And, you know, a lot of times they got thankless jobs. Most people don't know who they are. They don't see them. They're not on TV like we are here. But they're the ones that make Elk Grove. They do the legwork. They do the grunt work for us, and they bring it to us. We got the easy job then. So we can't thank them enough. And tonight we have two people. One's going to be a new appointment to one of our commissions. She's going to be appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Zoning Board of Appeals does a lot of work like when people want to, you know, we have laws and ordinances on the books, and let's say you want to put an addition on a house that goes a foot into the setback. Well, they're the ones that hear why they need to have that variation of 1 foot, if it's good or not for the community. They go out, they look at the property, most of these people, they study it, they talk to the homeowners, they see what's going on. And then they come back and say, okay, they talk amongst their peers, is this good or bad for the community? If it's good, they go ahead and prove it. If it's bad, they sometimes offer a compromise or some other change can be done. So it takes time away from the family. It takes time away from their own personal time, but they do it because they want to make Oak Grove a better town. We appreciate that. So tonight, I'd like to invite Christine Kelly, come on down. Christine's been involved in the community in other ways up to now. She's was on the parade committee and also on the youth committee, and now she's going to be joining the Zoning Board of Appeals. We appreciate that from you very much. So I'd like to first swear in, if I could.
Okay.
If you can, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Christine Kelly,
Have been appointed to the position of
I have been appointed to the position of
Zoning Board of Appeals
Zoning Board of Appeals
in the Village of Elk Grove Village
in the Village of Elk Grove Village
and the counties of Cook and DuPage.
and the counties of Cook and DuPage.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
I'll support the Constitution of the United States,
I'll support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I'll faithfully discharge
and I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Zoning Board of Appeal.
Zoning Board of Appeal.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I'm looking forward to serving the community.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. And before you go, some chocolates here for you.
Well, thank you.
Give you a little sugar high for all the work.
I heard it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, now, what made the opening on the Zoning Board of Appeals available is that Ed Hauser, who has served this community, God, forever. He was a former Park District Commissioner, a former village trustee. He was on the Plan Commission. Zoning Board. I don't know about Zoning Board.
Yeah.
So Zoning Board, Plan Commission. He's been involved. He used to work at the golf course in Oak Grove.
Right.
He ran the liquor store part of Batner's Drug Store for a number of years when I was a kid growing up. So
He didn't sell it to you, though.
no. So anyways, when I was 21. So anyways, Ed served this community a lot of years, gave a lot of time to Elk Grove, and we cannot thank him enough. Again, you know, especially like in Zoning Board and Plan Commission, behind the scenes, he did all the work besides being on the Park Board and all the rest. And he's one of the reasons Elk Grove is such a great community. So Ed has decided to step down, and so we had an opening there. So the next gentleman served on the Zoning Board of Appeals for, how many years you have? You're on a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 6, 7 years. He's been on 8 years almost on the Zoning Board of Appeals. We have an opening, so I asked Scott if he'd like to move to the Plan Commission. He said he'd like to. So he's going to move up, which then create an opening in the Zoning Board, which we just put Christine in. So with that, wait a minute, I wonder if we're now a sequence, because technically Christine is on a Zoning Board that too many seats now. So, well, we just call it, no. So, you know what? I made a bad tonight. I never got board approval.
Oh, guess you're not in.
Yeah. Well, that's
We'll go over. No, you don't have to say it again. You're nervous as you hear, I swear, Constitution of the United States. You go, wow, what am I in for? Let me go back now. First off, we have an opening with Ed Hauser. Skowski. That's brings back memory. Ed Hauser stepping on Plan Commission. I'd like to nominate Scott Carlson for Plan Commission. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. We have a motion by Trustee Lister and second by Trustee Zarnik. Roll call, voice vote.
You can do acclamation or roll call again.
Okay, Judy, why don't we do roll call? And I messed up once, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Trustee Frankie?
Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Petri?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed 6-0, so Scott's going on Plan Commission. Now we have an opening on Zoning Board. My worry is if they vote you down, now what do I do? I want to ask for a motion to put Christine Kelly on Zoning Board of Appeals.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Zarnik, second by Trustee Frankie. Judy, can you call the roll again, please?
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Petri?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Okay, if I count, we should be... Yeah, you passed. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you, Board, for indulgence with my bad. I apologize. And you can keep the chocolates now. So, with that said, Scott, you want to come on down? Like I said, Scott's been on the zoning board for about 8 years, moving up. He's been involved in the village, and one that follows youth football and anything like that. Seen Scotty around all over the community of the young guys. I'll call him the little Chuck Norris here. So we're putting a little meat behind the Plan Commission now, right? Am I wrong?
Oh, no.
So with that said, Scott, if you raise your right hand, I state your name.
I, Scott Carlson,
Have been appointed to the position of
have been appointed to the position of
Plan Commission
Plan Commission
in the Village of Elk Grove Village
in the Village of Elk Grove Village,
in the counties of Cook and DuPage.
counties of Cook and DuPage,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
I support the Constitution of the United States,
support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I'll faithfully discharge
and I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Plan Commission.
Plan Commission,
So help me God.
so help me God. Yeah, I want to thank the mayor and the board for allowing me to give back. I raised my kids here. When I first moved here in 1977, it seemed like every other person I met grew up here and stayed here. Couldn't figure it out until my kids started coming through, and then I figured out why. Now my grandkids are going to be raised here, so thank you.
Thank you for your time. Hang on a second, Scott. Some chocolate back there. Got a couple friends back there, so I get breakfast for them. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Give him a big hand. Thank him. If you folks want to go ahead and get going now, you can. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. If you want to stay, you can. If you're waiting for Mr. Knickerbocker's report. Okay.
They don't hear that.
What's wrong?
No, they didn't.
No? Ooh, wow.
No,
Okay, Mr. Knickerbocker, that enough?
it is.
Okay, we got 9 minutes. Can we make it? 9 minutes. Okay, that concludes the mayor's report. Trustees report. We start with Trustee Frankie.
No report.
Trustee Listener.
No report.
Trustee Petri.
Just one item. On January 30th, I attended the legislative brunch put on by Northwest Municipal Conference. It was attended by 160 legislators. Richard Durbin was one. Also Peter Roscom and Congressman Bob Dole. And they brought up a lot of interesting comments. The rest of the Illinois legislators were there. And they all claimed that if they had 3 days, they could settle the budget crisis. And I said, well, why don't you? But they didn't have an answer for that. 3 days.
You know what
3
I always
days.
say,
They-
don't you?
Huh?
You know what I always say? Give me 24 hours without opposition. I'll fix the state and
Fix
I'll
it
go home
all.
happy and some clam. You never see me again. 24 hours. That's all I need.
But Peter Roscom brought up an interesting point. He said he's really into the financial stuff, and he said the Social Security Administration has a 12.8% rate of fraud, $1 billion a day. He said he checked with Visa how much they have. They have 0.0008.
Private sector.
Yes, private sector. They don't lose. It's money's their business.
Right, Matt? Private sector? Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Trustee Zarnik.
Just to remind you that the Frank Zarnik Scholarship applications are out. Cutoff date is April 22nd. So there are 6 $1,000 grants available to the Elk Grove residents. Apply soon so that we can try to help you with your future endeavors. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Feichter.
The Community Character Coalition had their Carnival of Character last Saturday, and it was an amazing success. I don't think anybody on the Community Character Coalition anticipated that there would be as many people show up as there were. Our estimate, and it's a pretty accurate one because we did it by the tags that we put around people's, the wristbands we put around people's wrists there. We had 1,470 people. We filled the big gym over at the pavilion and the small gym. Tasty Catering provided the food. I think they kind of ran out of hot dogs after they had served the first 1,050 hot dogs. They kind of ran out, but they held up pretty well. The people just poured in there for this event, just loved it. Marge Hart, who had worked for the Park District for many years, chaired the committee along with Trustee Prochnow in putting this together this year, and it was just an amazing success. They're going to have this again next year, and we're looking that there'll be at least as many people. Everybody seemed to have a great time. No criticism about it. Everybody was very, very happy, and that, just tons of kids had such a good time with all the different games and everything else. There were no speeches, nothing else. It was just a fun thing for the kids and their parents. I want to mention Restaurant Week is coming up. The Restaurant Week is going to be February 18th to 28th, and that's sponsored by, our suburban one is sponsored by the Meet Chicago Northwest, our tourism organization. For those restaurants that are participating, I think we have 41 altogether now. They give special menus on those during that week because they consider it kind of the low time for restaurant participation, and so they try to offer a special deal to get people to come out and eat during that date, and hoping that all goes well. Many of the restaurants are in Schaumburg and other places, but we have at least 3 in Elk Grove Village that are participating. And I just, one last thing, mention the Elk Grove Lions Trivia Nights coming up on Saturday, February 27th. Anybody interested in it, they can call Lion Lenore Zumpf, and her number is 847-985-0381. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
No, nothing.
No, I was just the ones in a hurry. Trustee Prochnow.
I just want to start off by wishing happy birthday to 3 members of our board. Last Wednesday was Trustee Listener's birthday. Last Sunday was Trustee Feichter's birthday, and today is the mayor's birthday. So happy birthday to all 3 of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How old do you think, Mr. Knickerbocker?
77?
I don't think Sam's that old.
Oh.
Might be close. Okay, close. What do you think, Mr. Knickerbocker?
Of yourself?
No, what do you think? What age?
Who?
I don't know. What do you think? First tell me the age, and I'll tell you who.
Somewhere around 56.
Yeah, I guess Trustee Feichter would be close to 56. Yeah, that makes sense.
What am I hearing?
What age do you think, Mr. Knickerbocker?
I'm not going anywhere.
Anyway.
Good call. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday. Hope you all had a great day.
And see how we celebrate our birthdays? We celebrate them together.
Service
with the community.
to the community.
With the community.
Can't beat it. Just a reminder that as part of our 60th anniversary celebration, Castle Chevrolet in Elk Grove Village has donated a 2016 Chevy Camaro for a raffle. It's being facilitated by the Elk Grove Rotary Club. It's part of the year-long celebration, and one lucky winner will drive away with that Camaro. Raffle tickets are $5 each, or 5 for $20. We will be selling tickets at some of the local events up until the beginning of July. All proceeds from this raffle will go to community organizations that serve the residents: A Caring Place Community Respite, Community Character Coalition, the Elk Grove Youth Committee, the Lions and Lioness Clubs of Elk Grove, the Rotary Club, and the Sheila Ray Senior Advisory Council. You can also buy the tickets online at www.2016camaroraffle.com. So it's a great gift, birthday gift, celebration gift, anniversary gift, you never know. On July 4th, 2016, 6 finalists will receive $600 and a key. Then at the 60th anniversary evening concert on Sunday, July 17th, one of the keys will start the car determining the ultimate winner. So a great contest, a great fundraiser for our community. And last but not least, the Lioness Club once again is offering the Oak Grove Lioness Club Betty Erickson Memorial Scholarship. There will be 2 $1,000 scholarships awarded to a high school senior living in Elk Grove Village. The eligibility is to be a resident, be a senior, service to school and community, and demonstration of positive leadership qualities. Applications are available at Elk Grove High School, Conan High School, and St. Viator. The deadline is April 1st, so get your applications in. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Prochnow. Accounts payable warrant, January 31st, 2016.
I move that we pay bills the accounts payable warrant for January 31st, the amount of $1,394,573.66.
Second.
We have a motion by Trustee Petri, second by Trustee Zarnik. And without objection, record the vote as previously demonstrated, 6-0. We have accounts payable warrant for February 9th, 2016.
I move that we pay bills in the accounts payable warrant for February 9th, the amount of $951,750.20.
Second.
21 cents.
21 cents.
Very
sorry.
good. We have a motion, we have a second.
That
Motion by
was
trustee
your gift.
Petri, second by trustee Zarnik. Is that the mayor's gift, Mr. Knickerbocker?
Yeah, that 1
Apparently.
cent.
The 1 cent?
The 1 cent, that was it.
You're worth it.
Do you want change?
If I could
Okay, again, without objection, record the votes, please demonstrate, 6-0. Today, we have consent agenda items. Mr. Knickerbocker, I caught your replacement, very able replacement, wouldn't you say, Mr.
Yes, I
Trustee
would.
Petri? Extremely able?
I think he did excellent.
Really? I am.
All right.
We have items A is in what, Mr. Knickerbocker?
Alpha.
Okay. Through E as in,
Epsilon.
very good.
I knew that was coming.
Thank you.
Now, do you know what language that is?
Would be Greek.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
What do they stand for?
Alpha is the beginning.
And?
I'm not sure about epsilon. I don't know that.
I appreciate your honesty. Epsilon's where I buy my gas. I just bought it the other day when I went by.
How
you
was
know.
it?
I don't know what Epsilon stands for either, to be honest, but I thought you were going to teach me something.
I was trying.
Very, very good, Mr. That's very impressive. Wow, you're trying to get your job back, aren't you? So we have consent agenda items A through E. I need a motion.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Frankie, a motion and a second by trustee Zarnik. Any questions, comments from any staff members? Any board members? Anybody in the audience which to address us on the consent agenda? Scouts, we're going to ask you what that stands for, Epsilon.
Start Googling.
Start Googling.
Got to be prepared, right? The motto is be prepared. Get your cell phones out. Get them cranking. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Without objection, record the vote. Please demonstrate it. 6-0. Uh-oh, it's after 8 o'clock. Trustee Feichter, we're working on it for you. We move on now to Capital Improvements Committee. Trustee Petri.
No report.
Judiciary Planning and Zoning Committee. Trustee Listener.
No report.
Personnel Committee. Trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie.
No report. There we go.
No.
Recycling and Waste Committee. Trustee Feichter.
No report.
Oh.
I question that. You right?
Thank you. Information Committee, Trustee Buckno.
Just a second thought about that car raffle thing. What a great Valentine's gift, too, to put a raffle ticket in your Valentine's card. Just an afterthought. That's it.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. Don't even think about it. We'll just move on. Cable Television Committee, Trustee Lister and Petri.
No report.
Business Leaders Forum, Trustee Lister and Petri.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one brief comment. I don't know if you all saw it. It may have been in the paper also, but I wanted to congratulate the Walter brothers and all the employees of Tasty Catering. In the February 8th issue of Forbes magazine, they listed Tasty Catering as one of the best small companies in America. And this is a prestigious honor for one of the best companies in Elk Grove. And as you know, Tom Walter is a member of our Business Leadership Forum, and Tom always brings his creative mind to our meetings. So just to mention that, thank
You do a
you.
great job. Everyone knows Tasty Catering. You do a phenomenal job for the community. Huh?
Last year's parade.
Yeah, they were.
Marshall.
Oh, you want to hear that again?
Oh,
Should
were
we
they?
do it again?
You're going to be ready. I'm taking over everybody's time.
Okay, anything else, Trustee Lister?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Youth Committee, Trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie.
No report.
We'll skip Parade Committee and move on
No,
to.
we're not skipping the parade committee.
You found more people
I
married in
have more.
1956?
Yes, I did.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we're ready for
You
that.
ready?
Parade Committee.
Okay. 60th birthday parade is Saturday, June 18th, 5 p.m., celebrating yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Get me nervous. We've had some responses from couples married in 56 and currently living in Elk Grove. We have 5 couples now.
From 1 to 5.
How about that?
Okay.
But, you know, there's room for more, and so if you fit the criteria and would like to celebrate with us and ride in the parade as Grand Marshals, Please contact us. The next parade meeting is Monday, March 7th at 5:30 p.m. And that concludes my report.
Wow, five. You only had one for the longest. Yep. Now you got five.
Well, finally they're moving along.
That's good.
They're admitting to being married.
I thought at first it was your 56th wedding or marriage. I was going to say only George has that. That's why I was just.
We did have.
Oh, my
Craig,
God.
Craig, we did have one lady said, well, I was married to my first husband 20 years, second husband 25 years. Does that count that I can get into,
It should. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Works for George. So.
We need another 15 years.
And that, well, she did. She had enough to get up to 60.
Got a third of it?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Why stop at 2? Okay.
You're going to have a hard time.
Health and Community Services, Trustee Sardik.
Saturday, January 30th, the Community Character Coalition sponsored the carnival, and it was a great turnout for the community. There were so many nonprofit groups were able to give information to families on what they do and what they have to offer. The Caring Place is a socialization program for adults, and they had a game and booth. It was a good way to introduce this opportunity for assistance. And I want to remind everyone of the services of our community health nurse. Jane's available to our residents for assisting in getting information to help or advise them on health issues. So please don't hesitate to call her. Number is 847-357-4245. And that completes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Sardik. Liquor Commission, there's no report tonight. Special Events Committee, no report. Midsummer Concert Classic Series, no report. Airport update, we already discussed. Plan Commission, Mr. Romo.
No report?
Zoning Board of Appeals.
No report?
Report for Village Manager.
No report.
Report for Village Clerk.
No report.
Wow. Unfinished business, let me check. As usual, nothing on the attorney. New business items. Anybody have new business items before you go to the public tonight? Oh, God. Need a good cry. Okay, this is where we go out to the public and comment. First off, we start with the Boy Scouts back there. What are you working for? What badge?
Citizenship in the community.
Citizen of the community. Boy, you could learn something from Mr. You should sit back by there. That might help.
Thank you.
What troop are you guys with? Out of Des Plaines. Now, you live in Oak Grove, though? Okay. Any questions for us? None? You're good? Well, they didn't take too long tonight either, right?
How about excellent?
Did
That's
they
good.
find out what the word means?
But the what?
The word that-
Oh, yes, thank you, trustee. What does that, okay, listen up. What does that mean?
In small portions.
Oh, that would work with Mr. Knickerbocker. Okay. In small portions. I would never have guessed that in a zillion years.
No, I was thinking of
That's why
equality.
you ask a Boy Scout. That got the answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Now, when you guys do after the meeting, come on down. I got some stuff for you guys, okay? So come on down. Good. Mr. Petzo, everything going good?
Excellent for Tuesday.
And just in 5 months, our concert started. A little warmer weather than out there today, huh?
Hopefully. Can't wait.
You got your chair ready? Got a good lineup?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Shoot. We need to meet there for about 2 seconds for, it'd be personnel. 2 seconds, after the meeting. I call, I need a
Need a motion.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion for trustee Feichter, second trustee Listener. Roll call, votes for.
Roll call.
Roll call, please. My bad.
For executive
Trustee
session.
Petri?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. For a personnel issue, it'll be about a 1-minute thing, so press you want to wait. I forgot one thing, I apologize, my bad. I had a lot of bads
That's
tonight.
two today.
No
Trustee
kidding.
Petri said this is the first time he's ever heard you apologize twice.
See, a man can apologize when he makes a mistake. He admits his mistake, he moves on.
And attorneys don't make mistakes.
I think it's his
No.
age, finally.
They don't make anything but mistakes, so since it's not out of the usual, they can't apologize. Okay, folks, everything good? Okay, I think in another month, is it March or April I see you? Boy, she's on top, April
Hey, Alice
26th.
got
Looking
it.
forward to the moment.
Now, look at that, though. She's already counting down to April 26th for the mayor to come speak to him.
Many people.
What does that tell you?
Many people
That
look
you're very
forward to
bored.
seeing you.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but some.
You said many. Okay, is this good enough for you, Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Just so you know, we would have been out 10 minutes earlier if it wasn't for someone's report.
Or
Judy?
you forgot something.
Early enough?
Yes,
Very good. I still say you'll be there 6 o'clock. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I'll let you know.
At the gate.
I'll let you know.
Don't go slow on purpose.
Right.
Okay. With that said, everything complete, I need a motion to adjourn to executive session for 1 minute. Scouts, stick around, it will only be 1 minute. We have
Second.
motion by Trustee Zarnik, second by Trustee Frankie. Judy, call the roll, please.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener? Trustee Petri?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn, past 6-0. Folks, have a good evening. See you in a couple weeks. Meeting adjourned. Okay, let's go real quick. My bad. I do have to get an answer.